This tree here is white oak. It has a light gray bark to it. Usually at some point in place on the tree, whether it be down low, can be up high, can be both, you'll have like, looks like almost plates or big pieces of it that kind of curl out from the tree. So that's pretty common with white oak. It's a lighter colored bark than a lot of other trees, and it is a very valuable tree as well, or can be if it's good quality. So I've got other videos out there on just identifying a few different oak species, white oak being one of them, so you can watch those if you want a little bit more detailed information on white oak. But I'll show you these here. I've got just a group of them here, but you see a little bit of the different variations in the bark, but they all are white oak. So this here is white oak. Those two trees there are white oak. That lighter colored tree in the back is white oak. Got another tree here that's white oak. If you look at this white oak tree, just for example, down here lower on the tree, you get ridges and grooves in between there, and they kind of can be pretty pronounced. And that's, I think, more of a sign of age. So usually the older the tree gets, you'll have more bark that looks like this. And as you get higher up the tree, the bark gets more flaky. So you can have two variations of bark on the same tree, but with the kind of this color with these characteristics, you're talking about white oak. We went just a short piece further and got another species of tree here. This tree is red oak. Now if you see a tree that's kind of got dark bark and you think it's an oak but you're not really sure which one it is, probably the easiest way to identify red oak from some other oaks is the one's got a dark bark, like a dark brown colored bark, but it'll have white streaks in it that usually will come down pretty low on the tree. In dendrology school we call those ski tracks. So they're like white streaks of bark that kind of go up and down the tree. And that's probably the easiest way to identify red oak from, say, a black oak. And like I said, if you check out my other video on oaks by their bark, then there's a go into a little more detail on how to identify red oak and black oak, distinguish between the two. But that's probably the easiest way to identify red oak, is look for those white streaks that go up and down the tree. This next tree is probably one of the easiest trees to identify in the woods, and it is shagbark hickory. And if you look at the way the bark reacts on the tree, then you know why it's called shagbark hickory. So it's typically the bark curls up from either the bottom or the top, and can have really shaggy as you go on up the tree. So that's a very identifying, probably the most identifying characteristic of shagbark hickory.